Duskblood is Fromsoftware's brand new game, coming in 2026 exclusively for the Switch 2. It was announced today at the Nintendo Direct, and looks to be a multiplayer RPG, kind of a cross between Elden Ring, Bloodborne, and Lies of P. Let's dive into a couple of things we know about Duskblood.
My blood.
Although we don't know anything about the setting, the story,
Life.
the characters, or anything really to do with the game, it does seem like they're going for a vampire motif in this game, which would be awesome. It's been a while since we've had a good vampire game. There's definitely not enough of those. So is this Dark Souls / Elden Ring vampires? I'm not sure. We'll find out.
To humanity's very dusk.
Two. Interestingly enough, this is Fromsoftware's very first exclusive since Bloodborne. After they said they would never do a game exclusively for anybody else, they are doing one right now for Nintendo. Very curious on why they decided to make this decision now. Initially, I thought this was Bloodborne 2 for the first part of the trailer. It spooked me for a minute there. Although no specific date was given yet for release, it's been broadly stated that 2026, sometime around then, the game will come out, exclusively for Switch 2. Now, I am hopeful for this game eventually being ported to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, but with how litigious Nintendo is and not knowing the contract they signed with Fromsoftware and what the deal actually is, as far as who owns what to this game, it might never leave Switch 2. I hope that's not the case, but we know what's happened with Bloodborne, don't we? My initial impressions of this game as a multiplayer RPG gives me the feelings of Bloodborne, Elden Ring as far as the art style and direction and story go, even though we know nothing about it. Just by looking at the trailer, that's what I feel. The gameplay gives me more of a Night Rain style vibe to it. So I'm curious as how this is going to play out. I assume, right off the top of my head, that it's going to be Night Rain with a bit of a story to it.
I pray that you are
kind of a co-op Elden Ring almost.
Carrier of blood.
Very curious how the vampire stuff will play into it. We see in some of these scenes our main character flying around, biting people on the neck. A few curious looking bosses too, and NPCs. Man, I'm so excited to dive into the lore and the story and find out what's going on in this world. That's the one thing I was bummed out about Night Rain, is I don't think there's going to be much of a story with that game. It'll be mostly gameplay. So we'll see how that all pans out.
And one alone.
The last thing I want to say is that April 4th, Miyazaki will be dropping a letter or a message on Nintendo's website about Duskblood. We will read that, dissect it, and dive into it, and let you know exactly what he has to say on the game. I'm Lucky, channel's Game On, we just keep gaming on. Peace.